Welcome back to another video, I guess. I'm here in Car Dealership Tycoon. I'm going to be recording this because by the day this premieres, I'm not going to be recording. And it's going to be a Wednesday because I'm going to be extremely busy. So I'm here in Car Dealership Tycoon and I'm going to be doing more like of a personal video. More of a video about me, like what are my favorite cars. So I'm going to be doing my top 5 favorite cars in Car Dealership Tycoon. Now I'm not going to be mentioning cars that I obviously have mentioned, like the Devo. I already mentioned that is my favorite car, so I'm not going to be putting that. But I'm going to be doing other cars that I really do love. That I really love. So, the first car that I mean, I'm gonna do, honorary mentions. So my first honorary mention is the Selena 7. Now, Selena 7, it is a really cool car. Let me pull it out so I can see it in a 360 view. But the Selena 7 really is a cool car. It is from 2008, and it really wasn't popular because by the time it was released, the Veyron already clocked the speed record. But if the Veyron wasn't released, this would be the fastest car in the world. I don't know if any of these exist anymore, but this is obviously a really cool long tail car. And it's just really cool. I just like the looks. Now my second honorary mention, I am gonna have 3, is the Koenigsegg Regera. Now the Koenigsegg Regera is one of my favorite cars. In real life, it's like probably my 3rd favorite car. But this thing really got me into Car Dealership Tycoon, and you might be wondering how. So when I was watching the stuff about the Regera, like the new Koenigsegg's and all that, because it's been a while since I've seen Koenigsegg's do runs and all that, because I wasn't really paying attention. But the Regera is really what brought me to Car Dealership Tycoon, because I saw it and I was like, I'm gonna grind for that, and I eventually started grinding, and here I am with the Regera. Now this thing, it has okay top speed, really good acceleration like in real life, and it's just generally a cool car. It brought me to this game, which is really something personal that I enjoy, and I just enjoy it. Alright, now my last special mentions car is gonna be the SSC. Now the SSC I obviously take out a lot because it's the fastest car I have, but it's one of my favorites because I was grinding for it on my alt account when it just came out with the 300 plus event, but that alt got banned. That's what I did the vehicle simulator video on, and it's just a really cool car in general. Like obviously it's a lot of people's favorite car because it was like that, but for me it's because I used to play around with it a lot. I used to do runs with it. I still play around with it a lot, and it's one of those cars that I love to mess around with still. I would really like if they could revamp the looks, like probably make it look more realistic like in real life, maybe different color options, but I just love the car in general. Alright, now my top 5 favorite cars list. My number 5 favorite car is the where is it? The Lamborghini STO. Now the STO really got me into limiteds because when I was first playing this game, I thought limiteds weren't really that cool. I thought they were just like limited cars, stuff that isn't like, you can't really sell it in real life. Not something that could earn you money, not something that you could mess around with, something that you could like enjoy, something that you could flex. But I was eventually wrong, because when I got the STO, it's like really what boosted me, because I got the STO when I had the Hellcat. This was like my starter car. This was what I started with the promo codes. But the STO was really my first supercar, because it was obviously free with the Easter event, but it helped me skip through the Tesla Roadster. And after the STO, I grinded to the Regera, and then after Regera, I grinded into the SSE, and then a bunch of stuff. Then I got all this, but it's really interesting how the STO changed my path, because if not, it would have taken super long to grind from the Hellcat to the Roadster. Then I have to do a whole another big grind. Number 4 is the Santo Diache. Number 4 is, I put this at number 4 because it's a limited car and I don't want to be spoiled with the limiteds. But this thing is like really it was really fun for me, because I have a lot of memories with this. When the City Race update first came out, I used to play me and Yoda. Yoda was he was pretty much my helper when I started the channel, but this was like one of the first cars that I do that was, when I bought it, it was super fun to use. Obviously now it's nerfed, but the acceleration was really good. Me and Yoda actually tied when we were doing the highway race, but that's before I had the lag and all that. But it's a pretty nice car to use. But I really love the looks of this thing. I don't want to be spoiled with the limiteds. But number 3 is the Bugatti Chiron. Now the Bugatti Chiron it's not my favorite for the looks or for the performance. I just like it for, again, what history it holds for my channel. Like, this was what inspired me to get the blue, black, and gold colors for my channel, because I just thought it looked really good on the Chiron, and I was like, wow, I should put it on every car to see what happens. The Devo was one of my test subjects, and it came out really good. Now, I'd like to mention that this was one of my later cars, ones that I bought later in the game, when I got like not 5,000 miles, but like 10,000 miles. Super cool car to use, and yeah, very nice. Number 2 is the Mercedes 6x6. Now, this might be kind of like a troll option, but this really was like, this is real fun for me. Like, I'm still doing it, but later in my channel, when I got to 30 subscribers, I started playing around with Danish when Vale introduced me to the CDT gang, and we were all like chill and all that. I started playing around with this 6x6s. I used to spawn houses and then put 6x6 in a pool. All the boys used to get 6x6s and then start stacking them. It used to be like really fun. We still do it, but now everybody's focused on the power slides and everything. Like, now everybody's focused on the drifting, and it's kind of sad now. Nobody sees this. Nobody really uses it to troll. It's one of those cars that, like, not even a car, it's a truck. It's something that, like, it's personally, all these cars hold a lot of memories for me. Most of these cars are cars that I personally use, and they were super fun. The last one on my list of my favorite is the Cinque. Now, the Cinque it holds many memories for me, not just for Car Dealership Tycoon, but in other games, because I used to play Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and this is obviously the Need for Speed edition. It's on the Cinque Need for Speed edition. So this color scheme, I got it from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, because every time I used it, I used to use it in this color. It was like a red trim with a blue regular color, and it was super cool. I never used it that much, because in the game it was super weak, and it's obviously a hot pursuit game, so they're ramming into you, they're using weapons against you. But it was super fun. This, when it came, at first I was disappointed, because I was like, why? There's a CCXR that you could have chosen. It was a CCXR. It's a really fast car. Why would you pick the Zonda Cinque? And later, when I did a bit of digging, I figured out that this was officially like the Need for Speed edition, and I was like, whoa, no way, it's the Need for Speed edition. And then I remembered all the nostalgia that came to me, like what I used to do in Need for Speed Hot Pursuit with this car. And literally, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is the pinnacle of what got me into playing video games, because ever since I was little, I used to play that game, and it was insane. I I used to have a lot of fun with my family. I used to play with my dad when it was snowing. We used to go inside and play Need for Speed Hot Pursuits for 6 hours straight. So it's just a super it's just a nice car that I enjoy using, and I just love how it looks. I just love how it performs. I love the memories that it brings back to me that I used to play with this and other games. Because if there's one thing that I really love, it's games connecting with each other. That games like Vehicle Simulator, for example, they added the Hot Wheels update, and I wasn't there, but when I heard about it, it was after the Hot Wheels update. I was like, wow, they actually teamed up with Hot Wheels, and it's very rare to see two different video games paired together, two different companies paired together, and make a make a collab and make a cool game like Forza with the Lego. But it's really cool. If Foxy could add stuff like that, it'd be like amazing. But I'd really love that this car brings back so many memories. And also, yes, I did a 360. Now, to make this video longer, I'm gonna do my top 5 least favorite cars. Number 5 is the Huracan. Now, you guys might hate me for this, and also I don't care if you hate me for this because it's my list, not yours. But the Huracan, I personally hate it because it's like I see it every day. And it's like something that's like, oh my goodness. It is so annoying. And when you see this every day, I just don't like the cars that are so common that like you see them every day, and it's like one of those cars that when you see a car every day, you want it to stop. You want it to like just don't like stop doing it. Stop using it. It's not that special. Unless it's a special car or something. Like obviously if you're gonna see a limited and it's cheap like the Ice Charger, you're gonna be seeing everybody with it. But if you got a limited that is expensive, you're not gonna see it. But this car is really annoying. Like I just don't like to see it. Number 4. This is obviously a very biased list because obviously it's mine. The Countach. Now the Countach, I'm not mad at Foxy for adding it. He's trying to make the community happy, and I can't blame him. But the Countach, in my opinion, I think it ruins the old one's legacy because the Countach is one of those cars that can't be replaced, and when you try to replace a car that can't be replaced, it's kind of like, no, don't do that. It's a simple no, just don't do it. Like Supra, the Toyota Supra, it was ruined with the 2021, and it was like, come on. So I just don't like to see the Countach that much. Obviously, it's not one of those common situations because it's brand new and it's 9 million, but it's kind of like one of those cars that I don't like to see. Now, the next car, this is obviously a biased list, so it's going to be off of my opinion. Number 2 or number 3 is going to be the Gemera. Now, the Gemera, it's the same situation as the Huracan. There's no question about it. Like, I see it every day. It's one of the best cars in the game, I know, but like, you don't have to. You don't have to like do it every time. Like, it's one of those cars that are so good that you see it every time. It's the same as the Tesla Roadster situation, because I already addressed it in an old video that I did. It's been like a month since I did that video, but I already addressed the Tesla Roadster, and it's going to be actually the next entry on my list. So the Tesla Roadster and the Gemera are they're both in the same situation. Really good for their price, but it's annoying. You see it every day, and people are flexing with it. I mean, it's more with the Tesla Roadster, but now people don't flex with the Tesla Roadster because now the nerfs and everything, it got its acceleration nerfed. Now with the Gemera, everybody's going for the Gemera instead of the Tesla Roadster. But in the old days, before the Gears update, this used to be the car to flex with. Like no one cares if you have an SSC to a Tar. No one cares if you have a Devo. Everybody would flex with the Tesla Roadster because it's the fastest accelerating car in the game. It's the fastest accelerating car in the game. There's no question about it. Unless you buy a Game Pass car, every single free player would flex a Tesla Roadster. Now, I've never flexed a Tesla Roadster because, duh, I already know what I'm doing. But Tesla Roadster is one of those cars that I've seen a lot less these days, because obviously with the nerfs and everything. But I'd like to, yeah, it's number 2. Number 1 on my list, what is the most hated car? Obviously, this is kind of a hard one because it is, it's a hard one. It's one of those, like, videos. For me, in my opinion, these cars are kind of, like, all the same. I hate them the same. But I just want to clarify that I love this game. I love the updates that they put out. Obviously, some are better than others, but I love the updates that this game puts out. It, like, gives me a better point of view, better standpoint on it, because Foxy put so much work into his game, and I very much respect that. Now, I'd like to, the car that I hate the most, oh my goodness, this is going to be a tough one. It's kind of a tie. It's a tie between the McLaren Senna and the Ferrari LaFerrari. Now, I don't know, you guys already know, and if you don't know, I love Ferrari, but Foxy, that's the only thing that he run. The LaFerrari, it was one of those cars that, it was always one of those cars that were, it was always one of those cars that were, like, not the best for its value. Like, we needed more from it, and it was one of those cars that, like, I used to see it a lot too. There are people who riced it, people who put, like, insane colors on it, like green and red rims, and, like, it used to look ugly. But I personally don't really like how the LaFerrari performs. Obviously, this is my opinion. I do love the looks. The looks, I love it. I love the looks. LaFerrari looks amazing. It's one of the best looking cars in the world. But it's one of those cars in the game that, obviously I already said it's in the game, but it's one of those cars in the game that it really, like, I just don't like to see it around because it's just a big waste of money. Now that you could get the Jumeirah, everybody's getting the Jumeirah, and I don't blame them. Now, my special mention for my hated list is the, where is this thing? Where is it? I think I lost it, but I believe it was, I think I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. It's the Ford GT. Now, the Ford GT is obviously on my special mentions list because it's not one of the most hated cars. I just don't like it because I just see it every day. I just don't like the only reason I don't like a single car is because I see it every day. I want, like, variety in the game. Like, I hate seeing a car that you see every day because it's that good. Like, it beats everything. It runs the road to getting rich. Like, when you're getting rich, you just want an option of cars that you select, not an obvious choice. So I would like if you put a better progression system in the game, but obviously this is Foxy's decision, not mine. I'm just a player that is trying to enjoy himself. Anyway, I believe that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you next time.